Okay. That was scuffed as fuck, I'll admit it. But you gotta admit, it's kind of on brand for me. So, well, I guess let's get right into it. I wish we met under different circumstance, or better circumstance, I guess is the better word. But, you know, sometimes the best gift one can give is the gift of drama, and Nijisanji certainly keeps on giving that gift. Yeah, guys, it could have been worse. We could have, you know, had 10 tries until we got it right, but hey, at least it's set up for next times. So, anyway, we are here to talk about yesterday events. And before we get into everything, I think I'm gonna like establish a quick timeline of the events, and then after I go through them, we'll have like little periods where we can interact with the chat and stuff. Does everything sound good? All right. So let's get right into it. So yesterday, Nijisanji sent the entire internet up in flames once again, because as you may know, Elira Pandora first tweeted with an announcement saying that she would go live on stream to have a message with two other livers, being Vox Akuma and Ike Evelent. So that, first of all, gave us very little time to prepare mentally for it. I don't know how you guys felt about it, but it certainly gave me some anxiety. Like, my heart was pounding. I was like, what's gonna happen? Are they gonna announce like graduation? Then I was like, no, if there was graduations, they would have announced it on the official Twitter already. Like, is it gonna be just a regular PR speak like we know has been trying lately, but we thank you guys for your support? What's going on? So I feel like in a way, you know how people keep asking, when were you, or what were you doing when like 9/11 happened? Like that's a saying now. I feel like people are actually gonna say that about this Nijisanji event. So where were you guys when the Nijisanji livers went live to set the internet on fire? Anyway, from every single wild theory that I had in my head, this stream shocked me. It blew me away because it was much more worse than anything I'd ever imagined. And I have a pretty wild imagination. Coincidentally, this stream also happened simultaneously with Doki Bird's stream, with the waiting rooms matching almost minute to minute, which also made people wonder, was this planned? This event would go down in history as the worst corporate announcement ever made. And okay, you guys are gonna have to remind me to switch the slides from time to time. I'm not used to this. We're a little bit behind. All right, so as you can see, it already got dislike bomb to oblivion, and I took this screenshot like 9 hours ago. It's got over 100,000 dislikes already. That's crazy. So during the stream, there was a few things that were revealed by the livers that, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I never saw this coming. So let's talk a little bit about what was said in that announcement. first of all, the very first thing that was alleged, and it was talked about by Illyra Pandora, was that Selene did not get all of the permissions before releasing the video because ex-Niji livers were present in it and they needed additional permissions. So what is kind of funny was that this was a rat that was circulating at the time of Selene's last cup of coffee privatization in the first place. So did all of the fucking 4chan leaks come true? I hope to God that no more 4chan leaks come true, because it's been too much already. And some of them are pretty wild. Now, about this very statement, I think for some people, the whole Selene thing hinged on her getting the permissions or not. I think these people that really cared about her getting the permissions were probably more on the fence side or more on the like Niji side. And I've been scrolling on Twitter lately, and I'm seeing a lot of people placing the blame on Selene for this. I mean, I'm seeing, of course, a lot of people placing the blame on Nijisanji because it's Nijisanji, but I'm also seeing people placing the blame on Selene, and I think this is exactly what this announcement was for. It was to reiterate that she broke the rules. And I just want to add that I do feel like people are really jumping to conclusions in some of the arguments that they're sending out, like on social media. I've seen some tweets saying that, oh, she only sent her tweet like the day before the approval process. Okay, listen, buddy. So even in my real life job and as a YouTuber, I work with marketing agencies a lot. And marketing agencies have a large bureaucratic process, just like Nijisanji does, except I think Nijisanji's bureaucratic process is a lot more cluttered. So there's never, ever a single round of approval you have to go through. There's always multiple ones. Selene has also stated multiple times that she's been working on this video for what, like 8 or 9 months? So this was certainly not the first approval process. Like sometimes you send your last video maybe 24 hours in advance, but you just got like, they just told you to tweak this one thing, you know, and then you can release it. Now I don't know exactly how they work. This is just speculation, but all I'm trying to say is that like, we don't know at what part of the approval process she was. This could have been like the first one, the 5th one, the 10th one. We don't know that. So I think it's safe to say that we shouldn't be speculating on that or, you know, jumping the gun. Secondly, we learned in this video that Selene Tatsuki's legal team had sent a legal document to Anycolor lawyers containing some private information on the livers themselves. And then that the content of these said documents were leaked, or should I say showed to the Nijisanji livers themselves, which is mostly why they came up and did the announcement. So during that 15-minute stream, the livers kept stressing out how shocked they were to see personal information into the legal documents, which I didn't understand this LARP because, like, of course you're gonna see your personal information in a legal document. But also they kept on, like, reiterating or pushing the fact that they were scared to speak out. They were scared of doxing, they were scared of leak, and that was also a red flag for me from the very first time that I listened to it, because I was like, how could this be leaked or doxed? Isn't everything supposed to be protected by attorney-client privilege? So really, this whole stream just left me with way more questions than I had started. And by that time, we were already like only 5 minutes in. Thank you guys for the supers. I'm gonna read them all after I'm done with this little like introduction I'm doing, this little timeline. And then I think the most damning part of the announcement was obviously like Vox's segment. So Vox talked about how Selene recorded a call with him. Now, Selene is Canadian, so we have this thing that's called the one-party consent. So she is allowed to record a phone call. Now, whether that, you know, breached their friendship or not, that's between them. I will say, though, that I feel like it speaks a lot to how scared she was, or how backed up against the wall she must have felt at that time. Because if you are starting to record phone calls and like writing down evidence, it's because you feel like shit's gonna hit the fan, and you feel like you have to start building a case against the company you work for, because you have to be ready for the worst that's gonna happen. And as it turns out, the worst did happen, so she kind of was right to be prepared. So the livers in the announcement, what struck me the most, and I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I feel like they took all of that so personally. Maybe we're missing some context, or maybe we're missing some details, but she's not suing you, Vox. She's suing the company. Like, her recording you for evidence to show favoritism, it ain't personal. It ain't personal. All right, moving on. I think that's what people meme them the most about on Twitter, is that the livers basically proceeded to self-report on some of the allegations that have been thrown around in the past few days, or heck, even months. First of all, Vox, by admitting that he was subject to favoritism in the company from time to time, and especially around the AR Live event, which I am doing a very extensive video that's going to come out this weekend. So I have like more receipts and, you know, cool edits to help you guys understand the whole scope of it, that I'm probably not going to show in this live stream because I don't want to spoil everything, but I'm going to give you guys some juicy details, or a little bit of sneak peeks. All right, and next was that Illyra states that her and Millie's address were mentioned in the document, which made people speculate even further because of all the allegations thrown around them of them being the harassers. So people are like, why else would their address be in the document? I don't get it, but this is what people are talking about. And after that, Vox vehemently denied all of the accusations made in the documents made by Selene towards any color, and then also asked us to take his words at face value, which was kind of an odd request, if you ask me. What transpired from this whole thing was an attempted character assassination on Selene. They tried to paint her in a bad light. They kept on pressing on how this was a repeated pattern of event where she allegedly broke the rules over and over again. And this isn't the first time we heard words like this from Nijisanji. If we go back in time, just on February 5th, this is word for word almost what was stated in their graduation announcement for Selene Teskey. And then if we go back even further with the Zion termination, they also try to paint her in a way where, you know, she was just the one that broke the rules a ton. And so she deserved everything that happened to her. So as the announcement was going, you know, people started to shift. At first, it felt like they were supporting the livers, and then people started to spam L in chat, which kind of reassured me because I did not see the internet's reaction at the time. But I was like, okay, at least I'm not the only one that thinks there's something horribly wrong going on there, you know? And the last thing that I want to talk about that I think is important to take out from the video is that Vox mentioned that they all very reasonably and very fairly grouped up together to talk to Selene about her recent public statement that hurt Nijisanji's reputation. Poor little Nijisanji reputation got, you know, burnt by a single liver, apparently. It's not like they have millions of dollars to invest in a PR team. I'm sorry, I just have no... I have no sympathy for a company that has the duty towards their shareholder to have a really good legal department in place, a really good PR department in place, a really good like social media department in place, and they're failing on all accounts. Can't blame somebody else for your own mistakes. You're the ones with the resources. Fox then goes on to state that, you know, this was not harassment and the way they did it was, you know, fair because she caused them a lot of anxiety. All right. What it made me think about was, you guys know when Kiara did this Twitter circle and she was kind of complaining about how she didn't get her like 3D concert that she's always wanted, and then she ended up getting one. I just feel like in no universe could I imagine all of the Holo members banding together to wave the finger at Kiara and ask her why she made this public statement. I feel like this just speaks a lot to the two kind of corporate mentality and the duality of both of them. Next slides. So this Fox statement made me think of this meme. I thought it was pretty accurate when he said that, you know, he didn't think there was any harassment going on. It reminded me of when Activision Blizzard investigated their own company and found no widespread harassment going on. So this is the part where we're gonna talk. What do you guys think the livers get from doing that? Because some of them, at least two of them, were not involved in any large like public shaming or dragging. They weren't involved in any rats. They could have just stayed out of it. They could have just like stayed out of it, you know, keep your head down, let it cool off. And things were already starting to cool off. Like I was hearing less and less Nijisanji drama. People were starting to move on. They were talking about like more positive things. And then this happened and it just brought the whole subject back up. What happened behind the scenes? Why did management show them these documents? Was it to upset the livers, to, I don't know, make them maybe convinced of their own accord to turn on Selene? Was it for them to come go on live and do this announcement? It just feels to me, at least, that any color made the livers bear their fallout in the most egregious way. You guys think they were just following orders? Illyra was in Japan at the time, yes? Niji showed the talent confidential documents in order to scare them and increase their loyalty to the company. Yes. I don't believe also that the talents were acting with complete information. So here's what I believe. I think management has... Okay, this is going to sound a little bit a conspiracy theorist, but I think the management has been like dripping the Kool-Aid in the livers' ears, mouth, whatever. And and I think they're showing them part of the documents or part of the information because they want them to feel like they have agency over their own actions. they want to shut down or like sniff out any support within the company that there is left for Selene. And I think also that they are building a case against Selene, who is now Duckybird. And so it starts behind the scenes. So they're trying to get as many evidence as possible. Also, I'll add that like sending you like 2 of your most profitable livers to do your PR stream and tell people like, no, don't worry guys, there's no favoritism over here, we don't do that here. I don't think it held the weight that they thought this would hold. Like, I also don't think, okay, that any of the livers thought this would go down the way it did. Like, I can just picture them all sitting around with the management and thinking like, guys, this is gonna be the announcement. We're gonna turn everything around. Everybody's gonna side with us and think Selene is a conniving, backstabbing bitch. But it didn't turn out that way. Because we are sick of their shit. They have a very long history of lies, of hiding stuff under the rug, and yeah. I also don't think that people took it very well. The whole character assassination thing felt very out of place. It felt like out of touch, especially against somebody who had just attempted on their life. Everybody was trying to move on, and it felt like they chose war. The 24th of December was a Sunday and one of the largest commercial holidays in Japan. Remember when Holo was late to deal with Fuchsia rumors which agitated her to act out on herself? That was also a weekend. Interesting, right? Yeah, it seems like all the shit shows happen on holidays. So Duckybird did respond very quickly to these allegations. She was live on stream when it happened, and she responded on stream. And she quickly, you know, stated that these documents were never meant to be shown to anybody else. She never had the intention of doxing anybody, of leaking anybody. And it was only meant for Any Color's legal department eyes. She also got scared that like her medical documents would be showed, which after she got information from, I guess, like the other party, which is Nijisanji, it got confirmed that these at least stayed private. So then at that point, the internet started freaking out because everybody was like, oh my god, Nijisanji, they leaked some legal documents. They're doxing Selene. This is Wachter 2.0, etc. So let's see what Selene had to say during her stream. I'm just gonna...
As someone else has been messaging me about these things, and I really wanted to say that out right now, but I will be making a further statement regarding this that my lawyer has written out for me and has been planning, and we were planning on releasing it later, but because of what's going on right now, we will release it sooner than later.
See, she was already ready for this exact thing to happen. That's crazy to me. So they had already prepared a statement in case this very thing happened. So technically she was right to gather all of her evidence.
Now, but yes, I really wished I was going to... I really wanted to move on from all of this.
Alright, I'll call her Ducky.
And was going to move on and everything. And was never going to address this anymore. But because they've decided to address it, even though I wanted everything to be over with, that is not my fault. and because of this, I will have to respond with a document that my lawyer has written and I have written up, just in case something like this did happen. And because of that, I guess I will be releasing this document very soon. I prepared something just in case, but I was going to keep it quiet and keep it private. And because that has happened, that means that I am now required to release my story and release my statement. And I'm very, very saddened that my privacy was violated with this, as this document that they're saying was never supposed to be out between me and my lawyer and the other lawyers. So we signed it and said that it was supposed to be kept between us.
Okay, that was the important part that I wanted to show you guys. So she says that they had a signed agreement between both parties' lawyers that the documents would remain confidential. Now, there's been a lot of speculation on like the document itself, whether or not you're allowed to show it or not. I did some research, spoke to a lawyer a little bit. So, court files, if you are doing, if you're suing someone, if you're building a case against somebody, they do have the right to know like what's in the court files, because they have to, you know, prepare themselves for the court procedures. But that, to at least my understanding, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, was not were not court files. They were just legal documents. And then whether or not there was a confidentially, whatever. I can't speak right now. This is how upset Nijisanji's made me, like my French accent's coming out. Whether or not there was a clause or not, I think she just confirmed it by saying that they had an agreement, a signed agreement. So, to me, what it sounds like is that Nijisanji broke this argument. It's not cute, guys. It's not cute. Let's not LARP on that. Okay. So because everybody was freaking out about Nijisanji, you know, leaks. They were all yelling leaks. Everybody went batshit insane. They tweeted out, and actually this is the fastest I've ever seen them respond to anything. So they're kind of improving over there. The PR guy was awake when that happened. So they tweeted out and they were like, no, guys, we're fine. It's fine. We only showed the livers parts of the documents, only the parts that concerned them. And we were totally in our legal rights to do so. And I swear to God, no laws were broken. Everything is within legal rights, and we're cool. And this very statement was quick to get community noted, which I found pretty funny. At least if there's one thing Nijisanji does well, is bring the community together against them. And in the famous words of in the infamous lolcow DPS,
I did nothing
they were
wrong.
like,
I did everything correct legally. Everything was right, and now I get fucked.
they did nothing wrong, guys. It's just us.
I did nothing wrong.
We're freaking out, and now they're getting fucked. How dare we? So shortly after that, we got the CEO of Any Color, Riku Tazumi, going live with a video, pre-recorded video, where he says he will be addressing concerns that have arisen as a result of recent events regarding the contract termination of Sentetsuki. So what did you guys think about his video. Hey, thank you so much for the 10 gifted, Iruga. Let's go. So, I'll say that, and you know, you guys know me. I want to watch Nijisanji burn as much as the next person, but I gotta give credit where the credit is due. I do think this announcement was much better than the other announcements they've done before. They've addressed some things, like not supporting Ian enough. They've addressed the poor wording on the investor letter that they did, where they said the impact was negligible. But they also lacked addressing a lot of issues. Oh yeah, and the important thing is they did acknowledge the fact that they put their livers in harm's way, or they felt bad, I guess, that they kind of threw their livers under the bus. Which they did again with their actions yesterday. But anyway, back to the point where he mentions the lack of support to Ian Fan. He does talk about how he plans to extend the managerial team, and they're hiring new prospects to help with that. So there's been a tweet going around where Niji Color's job posting is being, I don't know, shown, I guess. And there we kind of discovered that the requirements for the job are kind of odds. They ask for like that you speak Japanese natively. They say that Korean and Chinese language is a plus, but English conversation level doesn't have to be perfect. It just you need to be able to speak it like on a day-to-day basis. And then the most egregious part is that wait, oh, there it is. My slides were messed up. Is that they're actually paying these managers a total of $7.39 USD an hour. Now, we knew Nijisanji was stingy, but I didn't know they were that stingy. And I don't even know how this like minimal wage is even legal in Japan. And I checked, and it is, which is fucking mind-boggling. But anyway, I thought you guys would like that tidbit. It kind of made me laugh when I saw it. More on it in the video. So, all of these events really didn't help Nijisanji's case, but what I feel the most kind of bad about is that after this announcement, even I mean, I don't feel bad about that part. She can get community noted. But Elira Pandora basically started rapidly losing subscribers. She's lost over 14k subs so far. And I feel like it happens a lot in corporations where they stay silent for so long. There's public uproar. And then they have somebody else tank the blame for them. And I feel like this is really what they try to do there. They try to divert a lot of the hate they're getting onto their livers. And regardless of, you know, any allegations against Elira, I know a lot of you are probably upset. But still, I think this is a really shitty thing to do to anybody. To any human being. So, and like you guys can see, whoops, in this graph that like, oh no, it was another, okay, there's another graph that's been going around, and Vox Akuma has also lost over 10k subs. everybody's losing tons and tons and tons of subscriber. Everybody's, you know, unsupporting Niji. And with good reasons, because at the end of the day, these talents are the product of Nijisanji, and it's hard to separate them from the company. Like, how do you do that? How do you support the talents without supporting the company? I think it's a very hard line to walk. Keeper did already hit her 500k subscribers. At least there's a silver lining to all of this. Yeah, I mean, Vox 10k, you know, it might be just a blip in the radar for him because he's got so many subs. All of the Luxium guys have way more subscribers than all of the girls. Like, if you look at the Nijisanji YouTube page and you scroll down to where all their profiles are, the Luxium boys have way more inflated subs, while the girls kind of just, you know, well, there's just so many more girls too, so obviously the fan base is a little bit more split and spread out against between them. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I definitely... I don't know if I can see Vox the same way anymore after this. I thought... I mean, of course... There's the whole management and staff probably telling them stuff or pulling some strings behind it. They want to protect their jobs, etc. But at the same time, I don't know if I would have accepted to do this. Like, I don't know if I'd accepted to go live on stream and say all that about somebody else. Would you guys have done this? Cheery Choco Fund, also Scarle is based. Oh yeah, we're gonna get to Scarle. I saved that for a little later. Vox has always had a shady reputation attached to him. Well, I thought he had a reputation of being, you know, Fujo bait and playing a little bit with fire there, a little bit of parasocial stuff, but I never expected for him to do that. Yeah, you guys would say no. Yeah, exactly. I mean, at the end of the day, I think for most people here, like, our job is not everything. I think most people want to have like a good work-life balance, but I feel like you're throwing a lot of your morals under the bus when you go live on stream to do something like that. And the worst part about Illyra is that she actually volunteered her channel to do this. Poor girl. I feel a little bit bad for her. So the next topic I want us to talk about is the divide in mentality between Japanese fans and the English fan base. So as you guys probably know if you've been following these events, the Japanese viewers don't feel the same way that we do in regards of Selene's termination. Wait, so what do you think of the theory that Vox saying graduation is always an option? I don't understand your question. Can you reword that? Anyway, so this Japanese viewer tweeted that he didn't like the way, you know, English viewers were jumping the gun on a lot of things. And I agree with him on some points. Like, I think the harassment of livers going too far. I think we're losing focus. We need to keep the pressure on Nijisanji, not the livers, Niji. We can't get distracted. This is what they want us to do. And on top of that, there's another really good argument for not doing that, is that if the livers feel like they're losing everything and they feel like they can't have a career outside of Nijisanji because their numbers are not doing well, they're gonna feel like they need to stay with the company, which is like basically the opposite of what most people want. I wouldn't put it past Nijisanji management to ask around who would host the what is STRE? The stream, and Elira volunteered as tribute. Yeah, it's literally that. She volunteered as tribute. She probably didn't think it would go down like this. Like, I'm sure... I feel like management didn't foresee how bad this would turn because, I mean, they never do. They always, with every single PR statement, they've always made things worse. And they probably didn't warn her enough about the consequences of not doing so because, I mean, I don't think they actually really care. I'm sure some of the managers, like the direct ones, care about their talent, but I feel like most of them probably care more about the well-being of the company. It's probably Nijisanji of Starbucks, oh god. Alright, so back to the difference in mentality between the East and the West. What do you guys think about that? I feel like the East views conformity a lot highly than we do. Like us as Westerners, the anti-hero thing has always been a thing since the 1950s, since James Dean and Rebel Without a Cause. We like to go with against the grain. That's why I think the whole thing about Selene not getting perms in time, I think most people are going to disregard that because we kind of like breaking the rules here. We kind of like bending the rules a little bit. But in Japan, it's completely different. In Japan, everybody's got to row the same way. You got to conform, and everybody that stands out too much is frowned upon. This is why even like this is the country where most of our anime comes from, but otakus aren't very how do you say that? They're kind of frowned upon if they display their love for anime outwardly. Like, you can like anime, you're just not gonna showcase it in the way you dress or anything. And this surprised me because Japan used to be the land of Harajuku girls. I feel for Rosemi. I hope she and Scarle are okay. Yeah, same. And we're gonna talk about Rosemi later too. And back to my topic, I recently came across an article that said that actually Japan's wild creative Harajuku street style is dead. Long live Uniqlo. So this is just to show you how far into conformity Japan has went into recently. Everybody's, you know, wearing the mainstream kind of uniform, basic Uniqlo clothing, and I personally think it's such a shame. So yeah, the Japan fans, they don't agree with us. They think that they really frown down upon, you know, breaking the rules in general. Yeah, otaku is ostracized, exactly. Yeah, trends come and go, and since now it's a little bit more basic, it's probably gonna swing back the other day, hopefully. Oh yeah, so here's Sayu. So Sayu's been another topic that's been really talked about lately. Of course, her name comes back every time there's some Nijisanji controversy because she was kind of the first whistleblower. She didn't take her termination letter with her head bowed down, which I think is pretty cool. I think it's pretty brave. It's very brave to stand against such a huge corporation. Especially knowing what this corporation does against everybody's that leaves and how they turn everybody against you. And again, like, this is a pattern that we've seen before. When Sayu got graduated, a lot of the people that she was really close friends with, even people she hung out with IRL, that she helped them, people she never thought would betray her came out live on stream to do a statement against her, to criticize her. Now, why would you do that? Why would you go on record and throw somebody under the bus unless you felt so strongly about it? Because you could have just said nothing, right? I feel like most people would just say nothing if they felt slighted. Niji has a track record with being bad. See previous talent. That bad track record lends to the Western audience being very abrasive with any PR that Niji will try. Plus, I don't think Japan has unions. I'm not informed about that, actually. I'm gonna have to research that. So at least with the recent events, I think a lot of people are finally, like, the veil is coming off on a lot of people's eyes. There's been some whistleblowers, there's been some people that were calling out Nijisanji's bad corporation actions, but if we had this conversation like 4 weeks ago, we'd be criticized for criticizing Nijisanji. You know, people were labeled as anti-Niji, drama tubers. Oh, those damn drama tubers, they always ruin everything. Anti-Niji circle jerk. Seriously, leave Niji alone. But there were warning signs, and they try to tell us. A lot of people try to tell us. We just, I guess we weren't ready to listen as a community until Nijisanji kind of shoved it in our face, and then we had no choice but to listen. So I'm very happy that Sayu came out with this, you know, little statement. She's been receiving a lot of support. Some people feel bad about the way they treated her, because if you guys didn't know, when she got terminated and she came out with her document, you know, showing her side of the story, she got really shitted on by the Niji stans. A lot of people completely disregarded every point she brought onto the table because of a few bad jokes she made, a few jokes that she made in poor taste. And on that, I feel like I'm gonna go on a little bit of a tangent, but I really feel like people cannot separate the creators from whatever they're talking about anymore. It's like you can not agree with what people say or how people think, but you can still listen to rational arguments that they're putting out on the table. And I feel like we've lost a lot of that nuance in the past few years, especially on social media. All right, these nudge jokes that she made was pretty based. I think she was cooking there. She shouldn't have gotten reprimanded for that. That was lame. So yeah, I mean, I'm still seeing a lot of posts replying, like quote arting that one post. I don't think you guys can see my mouse. That one post saying apologize to her. They're still mad about the Shotokan jokes she made. And by the way, I checked, and Shotokan does not necessarily equate to child pornography in any way. It just means it's a young looking boy. So I really think it's just Twitter jumping to conclusions again. Lurking, but wanted to send my support. Keep up the good work. My god, thank you so much. Thanks, guys. Oh, you can see my mouse? Perfect, perfect. I mean, it was a joke. She kind of blurted it out. It might have been in bad taste. It's okay. I think you move on. I think the public... I think her joke was bad. But the public shunning and shaming and harassment and the doxing, because she got doxed, that followed after that was much, much worse. Anyway, now I'm at the part that you guys all came to watch. Scarle. Based horse girl. I am not a horse girl, god fucking damn it. I'm a kitsune. I feel like you guys meme so much about me being a horse girl that people that don't know me are unironically gonna start thinking that I'm actually a horse girl. For fuck's sake. Anyway, so there was this particular screenshot that made the rounds as of last night. This person tweeted Kurosanji, which means black company, black Nijisanji, basically it's a play on word, and Scarle hearted that comment. So the screenshot started circulating. And then what happened after is that she was actually supposed to go live on a member stream. I know, because I had notifications on and I wanted to watch it. She was supposed to go live in 30 minutes and then that stream like never happened. So I don't know if I missed it. If you guys caught it, let me know. But I don't think that stream ever happened. And then something really weird started to happen and a lot of her VODs starting to get taken down. So here's a screenshot of her typing in her chat saying thank you for everything. We'll see you all soon. And for further context, this is, you know, guys, 4chan, you guys meme on them a lot, but sometimes they're useful. They do these diagrams, they do this detective work, all the dirty work we don't want to do, they do it. You want something, you find it on 4chan. No, I am not a horse girl, Alex. I am beating the allegations today. So this is a breakdown of like everybody that participated in the retweet of the announcement. So who retweeted this message that Illyra posted was Alban, Enna, Finana, Fulgur, Hex, Ike, Hunai, Ren, Shu, Sony, Ver, and Vox. Retweeted without a message: Aya, Aster, Bandage, Claude, Doppio, Luca, Maria, Millie, Petra, Remu, Rosemi, Uki, Venta, Vivi, and Wilson. And those who tweeted nothing: Kotoka, Kyo, Miloko, and Scarle, our girl Scarle. She's very nice, by the way. She's got really good vibes. I watched a couple of her streams. So this is some reactions to what's happening with Scarle. Scarle, if you can read this, take Rosemi with you and run. Yeah, they retweeted at the same time, which is weird. And also the announcement stream ended on 15 minutes on the dot, which made people speculate whether it was recorded or not. Et voilà pour le meilleur cheval de VTuber. Hey, fuck you. This guy's calling me a horse in French. 4chan with its weaponized autism. Scarle liking Kurosanji comment. Scarle, are you planning on something that starts with the letter G? Yeah, so because of the VODs being privated and stuff on her stream, and because she keeps pushing back her member streams, people started to speculate. Is Scarle next on the chopping block? What's going on with Scarle? Who knows? Maybe we might see... Well, actually... She also hasn't been active on Twitter as of at least, I think, 19 hours last time I checked. So who knows? Maybe we're gonna see a Scarle tweet come out soon with some Japanese apostrophes, if you know what I mean. But anyway, I do think she is set to stream tonight, maybe now or soon. So I'm curious to see if she'll actually go through with that stream. Maybe she will, because she needs to, you know, prove that she's alive. I don't know. We'll know. To be followed. This is... all of this is a story in progress, so, you know, I might eat my words in a couple of days. I'm new. Who the horse girl? Bro, stop capping. You ain't new. Stop the cap. If Vox really wanted the best for Scylla and Doki, he wouldn't have said a thing and let her move on. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I think sometimes in the face of controversy, like, the best thing to do is just stay silent. Because anyway, people are gonna pick apart whatever you say. And even if you're right, it's not gonna work out. If they cut Scarle out, they basically kill their community. Yeah, people are gonna riot. So you're gonna have to give the boat back? Never. Chat is disabled? Oh. BT can even fix Mikaneko? Bro, Nijisanji actually paid actor by Mikaneko to detract from her drama. I'm calling it right now. Hey Kazan, thank you so much for joining the Q squad. I should embrace the horse allegations? Never. Think Scarle is gonna open her PL back up? I think it's very important for any VTuber that's in the corporation to have a PL to fall back on. Ruda Brand Rob, thank you for the membership. Oh, by the way, guys, I am back on Twitter as of yesterday, just in time to watch the world burn. So yeah, follow me on Twitter. Maybe one of the mod can paste that on the stream or something. Anyways, just at Rima Evenstar, so you'll find me. By the way, Niji stock shut up like they're doing buybacks to prop it up or something. Yeah, that's actually a common practice in business to like buy back some stocks to stabilize the whole thing. Not only that, but they got like huge investors that are partnered with them. They got a lot of money coming from China. Nijisanji will never turn the money faucet off. That's just never gonna happen. That's why I thought, you know, they should have just kept their head down. They would have bounced back eventually. Because every large corporation like that, even if the stocks like plummet, it eventually goes back up. Sometimes it takes like a year to go back up and to stabilize, but it eventually does. Thank you, mods. Thank you. If you guys start posting fucking horse memes and horse art of me, I'm gonna fucking lose it. You know how it was said that the livers had to self-regulate? What if Illyra was part of management and that's why she saw the document? Do you really think Nijisanji is gonna give the livers any kind of power or free will? Hell no. They're keeping that rein like really, they're keeping that leash very, very tight, very close. It's a short leash. If Activision still exists, Niji will survive. True! The Marcanis, thank you for joining the membership. I appreciate it. Niji stock is widely overvalued anyways. Yeah, I actually think Hololive is a better stock to invest in general. I mean, I just like their curve better. I dabble a little bit, you know, in the Japanese market. They have this cute market, like it opens up in the evening for me. I don't need to wake up early. They have like a 10-minute pre-market where you can just, you know, chill, gather your thoughts. And then they have a lunch break. Like, even their stock market is cute. I'm gonna be real, Rima. This is my first time on your live stream. Uh-oh. What's gonna come next? Only watch your videos before and see thought you were milking the Yakuza horse. Okay. This ended up being worse than I thought. Refuting cultural view and perspective versus GP. Yahoo Finance any color stock comment section with people who follow this closely show similar perspective. It's more about information sharing. Can you add more to that? I'm curious about that. How do you invest in GP market? You're gonna need an international broker. But if you're based in America, there's tons of them. How do we know you don't have hooves? I ain't gonna show hooves on stream. No, there's no launch break in my country's stock market. You don't have time to eat when you're making money, bro. Oh yeah, by the way, there's a lot of people that are saying like, oh, this is the first time I catch one of your live streams. This is my first live stream, so yeah. Thank you for everybody that's rating me for it. Elira is bilingual and she Nepo hired Enna and Millie into the company. It's possible she's an official interpreter of Niji and so unofficial management. I mean, I'm sure this is a very plausible theory that like she doesn't have the title of management, but she's doing a lot of the behind the scenes like jobs or stuff that a management should, because it's been known already that Nijisanji's management team is like severely understaffed. And that's also been something that we've been demanding of them, that they do this better. Look at my horse girl. My horse girl is amazing. I hate you guys. So yeah, I hope that Scarle is gonna be fine. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is that Rosemi actually tweeted. It was a pretty long and lengthy tweet. It was like 3 of them in a row, like a thread. Unfortunately, I can't show you the screenshot anymore because I bookmarked it, and then when I came back to set these slides up, it was gone. Like, she deleted it. But I remember, because my photographic memory for drama is like fucking insane. And she said something, and I'm gonna paraphrase, like, I thank you guys for all the support. You know, I'm reading all of your messages, because people were really in support of Rosemi. They felt bad that she had lost subscribers and that she was caught in the crossfire. And then she said something like, but please use the love in your heart that you have for me to the other livers as well. And she kind of asked people to, you know, tone down the harassment and stuff, which I don't know why she deleted it. If somebody has it, feel free to send it to me. You know, you can join my Discord and paste it in the VTuber Talk channel. I don't know why she deleted it. Maybe she got flack, maybe she got pushback. I'm new, found you through your stream with depressed Nuzagi. So are you a horse girl, yay or nay? What do you guys think? Half horse, half fox, perhaps? Fox. Okay. I'm about to ban the super chatters. But thank you for the super chat. Rosemi is so sweet, she didn't deserve to be caught in this shit. I agree. I do think it's sensible to say that, but people are really against seeing anything remotely positive, or like Nuance has gone out of the window. People have like really knee-jerk reactions. Oh my god, you guys are spamming nay. Okay, I didn't get it. I fell right into it, didn't I? You fuckers. So for those who didn't see this yet, this is just a little funny tidbit. A funny coincidence, as I might say. How true to her lore Elira Pandora ended up being. As it had said that Illyra was willing to betray her own half-sister Selene in order to ensure that a more peaceful way to restore the dragon race could be found. And this turned out to be all the more true. Yeah. First live stream, the topic's quite a banger. Thank you. Zion lore is that she was a prophet that was shut down. What? Is this true? Yeah, we're entering the Nijisanji Civil War arc. That is literally her lore. Yeah, lore accurate. Locked and loaded, baby. Yeah, everything's been scripted. The lore, the streams, the announcements, the tweets. It's very hard for anybody to trust what the livers say at this point, especially after the events that transpired last night. It's gonna be even more difficult now, because before we didn't trust what the livers said because we thought they were getting stuff suspended, etc. But now, who fucking knows, man? Who fucking knows? Maybe they're like, now it's more like, oh shit, some of them might have been part of the problem. Oh my god, what's going on? Congrats on your first live stream. News straight from the horse. I love the cute horse-like ear animations. Looking forward to more updates from you. Alright. I don't think I'm beating the horse allegations anytime soon. Just like Nijisanji isn't beating the Black Company allegations anytime soon. I just like to throw this out again, but those statements given by not only the livers but even the CEO were inconsistent with normal firm advice. Such as... Yeah, there was one thing that I know the one discrepancy that I have on top of my head now is when Nijisanji tweeted this like letter saying that they only showed part of the documents to the livers. But then I remember distinctly, because I rewatched that video like a million times for my own video, that Vox said that he thoroughly reviewed the document multiple times. I feel like if he did review only like this small part that they're claiming that they showed him, it should have been worded like, oh no guys, I only reviewed like these 3 paragraphs, or you know, this 1 page a couple times. But no, he said it like, I reviewed the whole document thoroughly. I was one of those deceived by the horse memes. I thought those ears were weird for a horse girl. Now that I know the truth, I will embrace the meme. The managers are doing these things behind the scenes. Possibly Niji Liver had or little choice. I don't think they were like having a gun pointed to their head, but I do feel like they felt like they had to do that, or their career would be over, or they would lose support of the company they work for. You know, choice, unfortunately, in life is not equal to everybody. It depends on your situation. Like, if you're well off and you live comfortably, then you have more choice than somebody that's depending on Nijisanji's next paycheck. But that's exactly why the fact that Vox and Ike Eveland went on stream to do those claims is particularly concerning. Hololive is going to become Hololive soon because Nijisanji is taking all the L's. If Fox show Fluffy Tail, also I've binge watched half of your videos in the last few days. Thanks for what you do. Only half? Just kidding. Thank you. You guys are gonna love the video that's gonna come out this weekend. It's gonna be a banger. It's probably gonna be on Saturday. I wonder how the Niji stock is right now. Actually, it's open. Let me check real quick. So this was yesterday. They lowered down until like minus 4.20%, but then it went up just a little bit again right before closure. Okay, it actually peaked over 3,200 today, and then it's going down again. It's actually not doing that bad today. Yeah, well, the 6-month graph looks a little worse. Oh. Is the audio still working on stream? But yeah, you guys were saying it looks like they were buying back some stocks. That might be a possibility. I can't verify this information, so... Doki will 100% stay indie. She literally has no reason not to stay indie at this point, as her audience is already larger than most corporate VTubers without all the restrictions. Yeah, I would say even like if she wanted to join Vshoujo or something, I don't know... She's pulling Pecora number of viewers right now, and Pecora's one of the VTubers that have the most the biggest like live viewers at the moment. Pecora gets over 30k viewers almost on every stream, and I think Doki Bird today was streaming Apex with some friends, and she peaked, or when I watched she was at 30k viewers, so she might have went over that even. What's the point of corporate agency when your name is well known already? I guess it's all about the upfront money that they provide to you, and then like the legal department, if they have one, that is good. And then, you know, like companies like Vshoujo or even Hololive, they have a cybersecurity team that is there only to protect the livers and their identity online. Like Hololive routinely shuts down discords that try to dox livers or that try to spread misinformation, like not just like a small misinformation, but like really, really egregious stuff. I think it's mostly the doxing, but the problem with those things and those kind of discords is that, like, you know, you shut one up, another one pop up, and it's like a game of whack-a-mole. Price will drop down once the lawsuit starts. Oh yeah, I have once invested in a company that ended up going on a lawsuit, and let me tell you, it did not go well. I did not recoup that money. Doki should apply to Nijisanji to fuck with them, but she is turbo blacklisted. Everybody that is talking about Nijisanji, that is commenting on Nijisanji, is blacklisted from the company. Everybody that's like spoken out against them is gonna be blacklisted. They're already super picky with who they let their livers collab with. Also, corporation can support like helping out to reach out to legit creators for content, legal security. Yeah. Her manager seems kind of on point. So if she has the funding, she has a good manager, the two of them can, you know, do a lot. The bearish is unbearable right now. Gotta love the bear hugs. So for those who don't know, a graph that is bullish is a, like in stock speak, a graph that is bullish goes up because a bull, I mean, he kind of attacks by putting his horns up, right? And a graph that is bearish is a graph that's going down because the bear, he kind of goes down when they try to attack you. That's how you should try to remember it. Kason was blacklisted years ago by Niji. Yep. There's a clip of her saying that. She admitted it on stream. Kuro was vague. Are you talking about Kana and Kuro? It'd be easier to list who isn't blacklisted at this point. I totally agree with that. So any new candidate will have their how they reacted to February 2024 events check. Probably. They're gonna dig into your past and see how you behaved. Doki likes to coordinate and be super involved in all things regarding merge. The need for an agency is questionable, but definitely up to her. Yeah, I'm like that too. I like to be involved, even in the email exchange and stuff. The thing is, content creators often fall into the trap where they try to outsource everything, but you're never better served than yourself. And the thing is, if you let somebody else do all of the reaching out, then, or if you let, let's say, if you let your agency do all of the reaching out and you don't have access directly to any of those contacts, then your contact database isn't getting built up. After you leave the company, you don't have those emails address anymore. You don't have these contacts. You don't have that sponsor guy or girl, you know, that could give you a large sponsorship. And then you gotta build your database back up from the scratch. I hope VShojo supports Doki at least behind the scenes. Me too. Me too. Doki has connections with Hololive if you count Mume. Doki's reach is pretty far. She has a lot of friends everywhere and she's got a lot of people that support her, so I'm sure she does. Had an economic class and never learned those reasons for bear bowl. Just use Google. This whole chat is blacklisted. There's a Niji spy in here as we speak. Please don't strike me, Niji. Hololive had some hiccups so they don't double down on their mistakes. Exactly. So Hololive made some pretty big mistakes. There was the Yozora Mail stalking allegation. There was that whole thing with Hitomi Chris. There was the whole Taiwan incident with Coco. And they had, I think, this like one 3D concert that was kind of a shit show. That people didn't like the quality or something like that. I'm trying to remember now. And they kind of just always keep their head down and try to do better or try to learn. So I gotta give them that. Twitch saved Doki responding to upcoming rivals? Really? The numerous controversies with Kali. I think most of Kali's controversies are nothing burgers, and I have a video on that. Chris still hurts she was my Oshi. Yeah, that was one crazy situation. Uh-oh. Yeah, I mentioned Taiwan. Yeah, there was a Toa incident, but I think her taking a break was actually mutual there, honestly. I don't think management told her, like, hey, there was a male voice on your stream, you got to take a break, like you're being suspended. I think they were just like, all right, you gotta calm down, we're gonna let this simmer down, you know, how about you take a little break? Because poor girl was really anxious from this incident, and she talked about it on stream a couple times. This incident with the male voice that was heard on stream was something that's been giving her anxiety since then. It's 3:30 now here. Scarle's membership stream hasn't started. The chat's disabled. But did she push back the stream? Oh yeah, it should be going live now. What's happening with that? Towa's accident is prehistoric in VTuber years. Dude, 6 months ago is prehistoric in the internet years. Oh yeah, and there was the Vesper and Noir thing that I should have mentioned in those Hololive kind of yabs. But still nothing compares to the Nijisanji yabs. It's a difference between having a CEO with years of experience versus a college dropout with 0 work experience as a CEO. Yeah, I mean, Riku comes from an influential family with a lot of money, so I thought maybe his father would give him some advice on how to run a company, who knows. Something like that shouldn't have made you anxious. If you're talking about Toa, I don't know, I think knowing about the idol culture and how rabid some of the unicorns in Hololive are, I think I'd get pretty anxious. Because the thing is, when we talk about the fan bases between the two companies, Hololive has the more, you know, definitely the biggest amount of unicorns, and Nijisanji has a lot of women in there. Like I saw the breakdown of statistics, and it's like a majority of women that are Nijisanji fans, which are also batshit crazy, or can be batshit crazy, but just in another way that men are. Yeah, that's just the sad part of idol culture. It kind of goes both ways. Oh yeah, this is a little meme announcement that somebody made, where they said that they're gonna start protesting Nijisanji's actions, and they're gonna hurt them where it really matters, which is that he'll stop consuming Rule 34 art of their talent. Take that, Nijisanji. I thought I'd include that as a little, you know, positive note. First off, love your videos, love your heavy research and the Fuomoko video. Second of all, I can see VTubers forming a union, unlike the toy and animation union way back. That would be cool. Would love to see that happen. I do think there needs to be more freelancer unions. Yeah, Niji treats its talent as a cattle farm and less turnover. I agree. I mean, that was literally stated in their like quarterly finance. I mean, they didn't use those words, but they did say that that type of strategy was effective in Japan with other groups. I think they named like idol groups as an example, and they were like, yeah, we're kind of basing our model off of that, and we think it's gonna work well. I wish idol culture and VTubing weren't so closely associated with each other. It has its upside and its downside. You know what I also noticed from that CEO announcement is that it's actually very common, not just in Japan, but in East Asia, like Korea, China, etc. When a company messes up or a leader messes up, that they have that they need to have like a punishment. And I'm not talking about a kinky kind of punishment. I'm talking about like, usually they'll step down from the company, they'll take a leave of absence, they'll undergo a pay cut. Like Yago underwent a pay cut during the whole Taiwan incident, but Riku Tazumi was like, well, how the fuck am I gonna pay for my yacht? What do you think about the stock market losses near the minus 18% since the lens after Goldman Sachs valued Nijisanji 19% of any color income? That's it? Niji En? Oh, Niji En, yes. By the way, still falling. I mean, it's a big loss for sure. It's hard to say if it was triggered by the events, because I have been looking at the VTuber graphs in correlation with events for about 6 months now. Like, not a long time, but I've been paying attention to it. And I don't often see any kind of correlation between like events or controversies that happen and the graph dipping or going up. I've seen it go up like once when there's like big merch release. So it could be just the market going down. I feel like they took like a... Stock market is a lot about perception. So if people feel like the company is on fire and everybody's jumping the boat, all of the investors are going to sell. So I think there was a little bit of panic on the Nijisanji stock, and they lost more than they should have there because they made very poor PR statements, and the sell-in termination letter was extremely poorly worded. I think what's going to affect them a lot more is probably gonna be their quarterly result, but that's only gonna affect them if we actually stand united and we don't buy any Nijisanji official merch. Because if you look, and that's all available on their personal website, by the way, at their like quarterly reports, Niji EN is not very profitable for them, but they're very profitable. They have like a huge margin on the merch. Like, legit, that's why they pump out so much merch, because that's the only part of Niji EN that's making them any dough. The sponsors are basically non-existent. The other, like, it was segmented in a graph and it was color-coded, and the merch was like orange, and it was a huge chunk of it. So once the quarterly reports are released, if we see the profit dip down, then that's gonna actually make everybody sell their stock. I do feel like the big movements of the markets are often more controlled by the big players in the economy industry that have like that trade with very large sums of money. I think them selling or buying is what controls the market price a lot more. There's just a lot of things that control the market price, and people haven't figured out completely how it works. If not, you know, everybody would be a billionaire. It's kind of like cracking the YouTube algorithm. What baffles me is how they failed to foresee the backlash. Me too, man. All they had to say was, we take allegations of harassment very seriously, but please respect the privacy of those involved. Absolutely. And I think I didn't stress that enough at the beginning of my stream. But literally all they had to say was, thank you for your support. We take these allegations very seriously. We messed up throwing the livers under the bus. That's it. That's it. But that's why I think there's something cooking behind the scene, and they're trying to build a case against Doki Bird. Because how could you not see this coming? Heard that Domino's Pizza GP terminated their deal with Nijisanji, and saw a white page notice on their Twitter page, but can't read Japanese, so I can't tell if it's true. There's a lot of websites that'll like scuff translate images, by the way. Could try that and then let us know. They should have just taken the L and moved on, but they went through the worst possible course of action. Yeah, and then they post the merch like 2 days after Selene's termination. They were like, guys, please forget about Selene. Here's some merch, also 2%. I don't know if they got a strong case against Doki. I do think she has receipts and she's ready, legally. But fighting against a corporation as big as Niji, with as much funding as Niji, is gonna be tough and taxing on anybody. Like, if she actually gonna go through the whole due process, it's gonna cause a lot of stress, and it's gonna cost a lot of money before she sees any kind of money back from her proceedings, even if she wins. So sincerely, pray and hope the best for her. I won't forgive Niji for ruining her new pet streams. True. Even Kayson was shocked at the 2%, and her like genuine reaction proved that Hololive has a bigger cut. I think the merch stuff has to be like an Autobot or something, still funny and out of pocket, and the timing. Maybe it was scheduled, or maybe it's this like lost intern that has no clue what he's doing, because the Nijisanji PR statements have been legendary bad and scuffed. Scarle was really outstanding with her show of solidarity and courage. Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult to go against not only your employer, but your colleagues too. Other content creators with a lot more weight than you. Yeah, it's very scary, and I think she was very brave to do that. I don't know if Niji has a Canada office. I have no idea. I feel like they don't. Because I heard that they didn't even have a Canadian manager, so I don't even know if they had a manager in the territory like that could physically get to the livers. But that's just speculations. Let's hope Niji's lawyer team is is made up of only interns. Prage. That would be so funny if they were like so stingy that they didn't even hire like real lawyers. They took some grad students, you know. Money Niji, actually Dokibird, law-wise favoring Dokibird. Okay. Well, yeah, I feel like the law's on Dokibird's side, but Niji can just, you know, drown her in paperwork and stretch out the proceeding to tax her of resources. That's what I'm afraid is gonna happen. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, we're all gonna be supporting her, at least. Yeah, Niji gets what they paid for. Lawyers get paid $8 an hour, by the way. No Canadian can live with Niji wave. Hell no. The cost of an apple is like $5 nowadays. No managers is in Canada, but they have Illyra for that. I mean, you guys are really LARPing on that Illyra being the manager thing, huh? Paul showed a clip on stream last night of Niji, E, and girls in an off collab, and it was really stark how much differently I see them all. Oh, I haven't seen that clip, actually. No joke, has spent the last 8 hours preparing this stream and troubleshooting it because nothing worked, not even my audio. And then there was I still couldn't start the stream on time because it was still not working somehow. But hey, at least we got it right. I bet it will be settled out of court. That might save them some headache, yeah. I hope so, for her. They want a multilingual manager and it's minimum wage. Dude, they asked for like 5 languages. They'll pay him an exposure though. That clip is cringe? Do you guys think there was anything to that clip or not? Oh, it's an old clip. Yeah, first stream was scuffed. On brand, on brand. Niji should settle for $500,000 and sweep it under the rug. I mean, if she spent over 200k, is $500,000 even enough? Like, it looks like a lot of money to me, but this is like back pocket change for them. Oh yeah, so this is the other thing I wanted to talk about. So this story has been getting a lot of traction. It's left the VTubing sphere and it's reached other people. Murahar just came out with a video. He tweeted a few hours ago saying that he was researching it. He tweeted that last night, actually. And then Moist Critical, our boy, also covered the video. I haven't had time to watch it yet. I'm saving it. I'm sure it's gonna be great. Asmongold also covered it. Asmongold has covered like VTubing stuff a lot in the past. He's falling down the rabbit hole slowly. But there is something to be said about how when the outer world hears about the VTubing community, it's always because there's a massive shit show going down, and it's always a lot of negative press. So a lot of people, I've seen this narrative online where people are saying that it sucks that the VTubing community is portrayed that way. I'll argue that it's often the negative news that catch people's attention and that get the most widespread, like Russia, Taiwan, this. So what do you guys think about this? Do you think it paints us in a bad light? Do you think the VTubing community's reputation will recover? Japan can be sued for the equivalent of slander for simply publicly stating something negative about a company, even if it is true, and they have to prove his intent to hurt their rep. Damn, yeah, Japan doesn't fuck around with defamation laws. Tectone did not, I don't know if he covered it, but he did react to it. Asman is stinky though. He needs to shower a little more often. Well, your professor brought it to class as an example? Really? Asman commented on Pecora's concert, I guess? I'm pretty sure he commented on the Selen situation. I watched it like super fast because last night when this shit came up, I had to stay up till 3 AM to write my new segment for the video. And I actually added a huge chunk to the video because I had a lot to say. And I dug up some old things too. So I didn't have time really to watch all of the reactions and all of the videos. There was just so much new content that happened in that short amount of time. But I remember Asman distinctly commenting on how he felt bad for Illyra because she lost a shit ton of subs. Hololive and Idol culture is thriving, meanwhile Niji EN is on fire. Yeah. The thing is, with VTubing, there's actually a super huge margin of profits on it. And I'll probably make a video solely on Nijisanji's finance at one point. But basically, Riku Tazumi did comment on it saying that they kind of struck gold. I'm paraphrasing, but they kind of struck gold with the whole IP thing, that they own the IPs. Which, when you think about it, is pretty fucked up. Like, in no other idol agency or even music label or, I don't know, anything in entertainment besides drawings, illustrations, or animes, do you own the IP for someone's... for someone? I don't know, for their whole personality? For their body? Their virtual body? The VTubing agencies kind of found this loophole they could exploit with the whole IP thing because it was a very new and emerging industry. And they struggled with that. Riku Tazumi, Boeing Soriyago, holds Pecora merch, says Peko, Peko, Peko. Yeah. So Yago went live, or did a video, I think, to wish Pecora a happy birthday. And it was a stark contrast between Riku Tazumi's statement. Asmongold commented on how the VTubers probably didn't really have a choice, and he criticized Nijisanji for making them the brunt of the criticism. Yes, based Asmon. Damn. See, even an outsider, at first glance, he kind of got the exact same feeling that we all got watching this video. That's how bad the video was. I don't know if you can see this comment, but I thank you and so many other content creators for feeding into my hyper investment in this situation. It's literally like a multi-episode crime doc. Thank you. It's about to turn into a crime doc. I mean, they did attempt a character assassination. Well, some ordinary gamer is friend with some VTubers like Nux. They have this podcast together, so... and Nux did collab with Moist Critical in the past, so... they're maybe a little bit more involved into the scene. I don't know, I haven't seen the videos yet. The problem with VTuber agency culture is it causes a massive monopoly that can overshadow true talent. I agree. No sleep for that parrot. Parrot's not allowed to die before our collab tomorrow, just saying. Yeah, by the way, for those who don't know, tomorrow I have a collab at 2 PM EST with Parrot 4chan, and we're probably gonna meme a lot and joke about the recent events, and we're gonna be playing a drinking game. I suggested that because when we planned this, that we take a shot for every one of Russia's allegations, but then he said, "Are you trying to kill us?" So I would suggest to take a shot for every one of Nijisanji's yaps, but I think his answer is gonna be the same. Iruga, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. Goat. If Nijisanji had a better rep, I'm sure their statement probably would not have gone over so poorly with the fans. Yeah, I think so too. It definitely played a part in there. Here on YouTube or Twitch? On YouTube, on his channel. Oh yeah, we're playing a drinking game. I don't know what the game is yet. We're gonna figure it out. What about a shot for every contradiction? That's a good one. I do have to go buy a bottle tomorrow. I don't think I can... I only have whiskey left. I don't think it's gonna go down well if I get drunk on whiskey. Yeah, I'm gonna blow him out of the water with my drinking abilities. The new Niji drinking game, if there is a new Niji app when you wake up in the morning, down the whole bottle, oh my god, the whole VTubing industry would be drunk all the time. Drinking at 2 PM? Hey, I just came back from vacation. I was drinking at 2 PM there. I came back on vacation like a week ago. It feels like I've been back for a month now with how much drama we've had. On my very last day, I woke up. It was my very last day in Mexico. It was great. Sun was shining. There was a small breeze in the palm trees. I could hear the sound of the water outside, the waves crashing. And then I look at my phone. And the first thing I see is the notice for termination for Selentatsky. And I'm reading through it like fast. And I'm like, oh my fucking god. And then I went to the bar and drank 3 shots of tequila. They haven't realized that their word means nothing now, and all they can do is not to take on take it on the chin and wait for this to blow over. They haven't realized that repeating the same shit they've been repeating for the past few weeks isn't gonna work on us. They need to stop trying to put all of the blame of the reputation on Doki Bird. They need to stop trying to destroy her character. Like, it sounds like a lawyer trying to speak to me. Like, I don't like that. When you start your statement with, this is a pattern of repeated behavior, like you're trying to discredit her character, I have like my red flags ringing left and right. And then they keep on reinstating that that she didn't get the right permissions. Like, bro, we don't care at this point. I mean, some people care, but I just feel like this shows how much their approval process is dog shit. It's like so long, it's clunky. It needs to be streamlined. Nijisanji has just grown so big that they feel bloated. Like, there's this bloated company that's very slow to move. I remember during her one of her contests, she said she submitted a ticket and she had to do the contest within like a 1 month time frame, or her ticket would expire. So what, you submit a ticket, it takes forever for somebody to reply, and by the time you get through all the hoops and you jump through all the loops that they give you and the approval process, your ticket's gonna expire, so you're gonna have to do another one. What the hell is this? What the hell is this, man? I would also get pissed and just pull the trigger. It's like when I have my video set up and I'm just waiting for the sponsor's approval, and that's happened to me. And I've had videos ruined because I didn't get the approval in time. The thing is, management knew for a very long time now that the deadline was on December 25th because she's had this plan for a very long time. I feel like they should have done everything to get that approval process. And if you have a good manager and you have good people over you, they will keep on pushing the upper management, like, guys, we need this by this date. Guys, I need this approval by this date. Like, if you want to meet the deadline, we need to do this. But there's some people that I learned from past work experience that don't want to do that. They don't want to bother, you know, their boss or whatever. And I found out that like the best producers and the best managers are actually the ones that are able to manage that side of the industry without pissing people off. And most people at the top will understand, like, if it's for the good of your company, then they'll understand. If somebody under them is being a little pushy, you know? They don't have personal managers, they have a group managers. Sayu did say that they only had like a single manager for the whole XLA branch. I'll get through the hoops. Yeah, you guys are making me do like Freudian mistakes. I also only slept like 4 hours, so I was up all night typing a storm. What does Niji even do for their livers? Well, he does a lot for their livers. Yeah, I feel like Nuzagi stated that it doesn't feel like we see our investment go back into the company as the customer, so why would we do it? What are your thoughts on the leaks on the Illyra stream? Which leaks? Are you talking about Enna or Illyra? Some Hololive members has multiple managers per livers. I've heard that like Hololive managers will literally... Actually, I can't really say that, but they really care for their livers. They do everything with them, like physically next to them. Like they make sure they're fine at all time. Doki had the copyright perms for 6 months for releasing the video. She got the permission herself yeah, Niji took so long to get the perms that she like went around them and got the permission herself because she was so frustrated. And what was I'm like? Okay, let's pull back the screenshots for a sec. That DPS video is so funny to me. So she sends the cover check on the 24th, which is the 23rd our time, because this is in JST, so they're like 1 day in advance. They're from the future. And he replies to her 36 hours later. 36. The day before the final approval, to tell her that there's more approvals to be done. And then I think she released it, or she put up the waiting room. And the manager asked, why is this released before I got confirmation? And I think there was a 13-hour gaps between these two tweets. I calculated it last night. And then he replies, the video is set to private until I got confirmation. There is also a chance that you might need to adjust it before setting it to public again. The thing is, guys, you can't fucking adjust your videos if you've already uploaded it. Like, the YouTube editing tools, the in-house editing tools, they're dog shit. They're archaic. All you can do is like trim out segments. You can blur parts out. You can mute parts, and that's it. So what was Dylan gonna do? If you premiere a video and it's out, it gets hype, then it gets privated. Even if you like put it out again, it's not gonna get, if you re-upload it, it's not gonna get the same traction that it was originally going to get. Can I ask why corpo VTubers and some indies don't have rewinding on their streams? Yeah, that I'm not sure why, honestly. I think it's called VTS, like they turned VTS off. And that means that you're forced to watch the stream live. I guess it's to prevent clipping. I'm almost certain she asked for confirmation much before the 21st. She just reposted it then because the deadline was approaching. I have a very strong feeling that she did, yeah. And it makes so much more sense with what we know of her personality, how on top of things she is, and how like minutious she is to like every single detail. I had videos delayed. Like, the algorithm is everything. If you just post outside of your normal upload schedule or things like that, small variations in your content can cause like huge swings in the algorithm or not, and sometimes it makes or breaks a video. Sometimes just having like a shorter or longer waiting room can also affect your video's views, so it's very tricky. I've had videos definitely like not ruined, but not perform as well as they should have been because I was waiting on an approval process and it came late and then it came out like at a random time, or I had to like, I was waiting, I think it was for my Coco video. I was waiting. We didn't have the approval process. I was like, you know what? I told my editor, just go to bed. We're not gonna get it. It's G. Forget about it. Then we woke up the next day and we had the approval. And then we had to like, I had to call my editor to send me the video because they still needed to do some tweaks. And then we did like a 1 hour waiting room and it totally crapped. It was not good. We had been working on that video for like 3 weeks. It was super disappointing. So I get her frustrations, especially if this is something that happens a lot. And I also get why she pulled the trigger. And I'm in a marketing agency kind of for YouTubers, and there's a lot of really large YouTubers that are in this agency too. And some of them even sometimes are like, yo, what do I do? I still don't have the approval. Should I just post this? They just post it. I think EN does not have their own department, which is by the way another organization offense. You mean legally? It was the rights related to the livers in the video. They had the ex Niji livers. What I think, and this is my little conspiracy theory, I think the direct managers might have approved it. It went through the first circles of approval and went well. And once the upper management noticed it, they were like, oh wait, you can't release this like this. I mean, I also said that everything they said on the stream, they were outing themselves. Who do you think are the bullies? I have a hard time believing anybody's a bully because I want to believe in the best in people. And I want to believe that like grown-ass adults wouldn't go out of their way to make someone's life miserable. But the narratives are definitely spinning around the clique, which is the group of people that were friends before working on Nijisanji. So it's Illyra and Millie, and now people are including Fox in this. It's a Japanese company too. There's at least 4 levels of middle management. I wish I had the graph pulled up that I had, but it's like, so when you're a publicly traded company, you have a duty to your shareholders, but to maintain transparency to your shareholders, there's also a committee that's being put in place. God, I don't remember the name right now. And this committee is like the in-between the shareholders and the managers. So they make sure that, you know, the shareholders are aware of stuff that's happening in the company, and it's to ensure some like a certain degree of responsibility. And the Nijisanji graph for this is fucking chaotic. They have like 20 units and the graph has lines going everywhere. And then I looked at the Hololive website because they also have this exact same committee, and their graph is like so neatly placed. It's very clean, very airy, and I was like, what the fuck? Nijisanji has way more units in their like bureaucratic process. And then I counted every unit, and they had the exact same amount. It just to show you that even their graph is messy. It was a more complex name than board of directors. Being honest, I don't think Vox was a bully so much as he come across as an ass and was probably more aggressive than necessary. Yes, absolutely. And the pauses and the size, it was just all too much. 100% is the staff manager and emo livers are just in a crossfire. I'm leaning towards this as well, Blade. I'm gonna show you all of these graphs in my Nijisanji finance video. Yes, exactly. I think Niji's gotten so big that they don't know what the head is doing from the tail. Fox qualifying him talking to Selene respectfully if given our past frustrations was sus. Yes, I agree. He was like, I really used to like her, but now fuck her. Great stream, Rima. I can't wait for the new vid. Oh my god, thank you so much. Thank you for the super. I think Vox tried to act out some parts of his statement. I think he like chuckled at one point. I mean, my favorite part of the whole statement was the water sipping part. So if it was recorded, as the rats say, do you guys think they left in the water sipping part to make it look more natural? Hey Von Cobra, thanks for joining members. If you know Vox PL, you won't think he's nice. Okay, so I've seen these allegations, and the way this was worded was really, really sus. Like, the first few words of the allegations were very extremely vague. So when you start off like a call-out post with some extremely vague accusations, that's an instant red flag for me. Because I feel like if you're doing that, you're gonna put your best evidence forward, and you're gonna put your best words forward. If you pay attention to the wording in that document, it's stuff like, he made a dub out of a comic, but that comic already existed, but the person talking about it is trying to pass it off as if he made the comic. Or the comic is based off a fanfic that contains controversial tags. So does that mean that he included those tags or not? What does it mean? I feel like that, I don't know, that document was false. I don't believe it. That's why I didn't include it in the stream. It was weird. Yeah, if you get caught with an upsie on the internet, earn it, accept it, and you just try to move on and do better, I think, in the future. Because the thing is, even if you apologize, people aren't necessarily gonna take it. They're still gonna meme you. At the end of the day, you just have to go to bed at night knowing who you are, knowing that you tried your best, you had your best intentions. I mean, if you believe yourself that you are a good person, and like, you have to know who you are. You can't just have your whole self-value rely on the internet and what it thinks of you, because that's a very slippery slope, and it's never gonna end well. It's never gonna end well. And what I'll add about that is, I remember, I think it was Pokimane saying that she wished that the curve of making a mistake online, having the mistake being very public, and then learning from it wasn't so difficult and wasn't so steep when you're a public personality. And I kind of get that. Like, it's you know, most people like you and me probably make mistakes on a day-to-day basis, but we don't have those mistakes like exposed and amplified by the internet. Like large content creators do. So we get to, you know, we might hurt from those mistakes, we might feel bad about it, but then we get to deal with it by ourselves, or with our close friends, or our support group. How many think Vox was going to graduate in solidarity is just horseshit? Maybe he did think that at that point, but I don't think it actually gave that much weight to his statement, because he then retracted everything on what he said was half-truths. And then he said something like, I think he said that because she thought she was being terminated, and he got angry for her when she told him that. And then after that, they realized that she wasn't being terminated. So what happened there in terms of communication? Like, maybe she got the feeling that she was gonna get punished by management, but then she didn't. Like, we don't know. Nijisanji did mention that they had sent her a letter saying that she had like broken the rules, and like, if you keep messing up, you're gonna be graduating, so you better watch out. Maybe she freaked out. Yeah, I don't understand why, if it has ex Niji livers, it's gonna take more time to get the approval for them, because they do own the characters, so they should own the IPs. Like, Mista and Nina left, Nijisanji kept the IPs, but I think all they meant by that is that they need to go around to upper management and ask them once again. Have you seen the Scarle bit? Is she live right now? One party consent is a thing, yeah. I mean, even Ike's statement, I was like, why are you guys taking this so personally? Like, I was with an agency, IRL, not a VTubing one. I left at one point. I had a falling out with the manager and the proprietor of the agency. And I still talked with my ex-colleagues. Like, there wasn't no bad blood. They weren't mad at me for saying, like, for bashing that company. They didn't take it personally. It feels petty to me, and I don't know if it's because management is telling them, like, oh my god, this could be bad, blah blah, and they're trying to make them scared. Oh, Scarle in 40 minutes, okay. Oh my god, Jupiter. Seems like an excuse to just pull someone around in the bureaucratic circle. People in these, at every level of this company, need to feel like their job is important and that they're there for a reason. So they're really gonna hold on to their permissions. Scarle's schedules got removed and all of her incoming streams are removed as well. What?
I didn't.
You mean... Where's my Scarle bit? You mean this? I'm not sure. I haven't watched enough of her old membership streams to see if she said or hinted at anything. I do know that after she went live with... Was it Aster? It was said... It was told that she was crying on stream. In her membership stream. And so I went to check and she was indeed crying. But for what? I don't know, because I arrived just a little bit too late. So I didn't catch the beginning. So if anybody was there during Scarle's member stream that happened and were there at the beginning, then let us know. Those deleted videos aren't new. Okay. It is true that she is MIA and chat is gone. Oh, so this is an old screenshot that's been resurfacing. Okay. Yes, Rock Dog. Yeah, chat is closed. They could have chosen to graduate instead of bowing to Kurosanji. I mean, is that even the option? Is it graduation or you do that? I don't know. I think it's I feel like you can probably say no and be like, I'm not comfortable saying that. I feel like they wanted to say it. But did they have the whole information? That we don't know. Yeah, she just apologized and cried. That's the part that I watched. She was just apologizing and crying. I mean, is that even a choice? Not really. But you have to be... This is something that I learned with my work experience. No is a very powerful word, and you have to be comfortable saying it from time to time. Sometimes people or even bosses, even with their high profile people, they ask you for stuff And you always have the option to just say no. You're like, I'm not comfortable with that. And that's it. Put your foot down. And when you start saying no, people start to respect you a lot more. It's a tough choice to work with scumbags. Yeah, but I mean, there's some livers in the company that literally wouldn't have a career without Nijisanji. Like, if you look at the smaller livers, the one that pull less numbers, or like the new livers from the new gen, they don't have the fan base built yet to be able to move on from Nijisanji and then start over elsewhere. So they're kind of stuck with what they had. So yeah, they have a choice, but not everybody has a choice. We don't know what their financial situation is. We don't know if, I don't know, they have like a mother that's ill that needs a medical bill paid. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes with their personal lives. So I think we can also use a little bit of compassion on some of them. I'm sure some of them had the choice, but some of them probably don't as well. Oh yeah, that reminds me. The black screen lives yesterday, you have the choice to leave, but I bet the management still hold the approval to leave. That was another point of contention for me. I don't think you have the choice to leave at any time. I've never seen a contract in my life that just you could end it any time. I think I've negotiated, like the shortest one was I need to give you a 1 month notice. I have a feeling most VTuber contracts, because I spoke with a lot of people in the industry, they said it's like a year contract. So I think the way he worded it was very misleading to the fans. Because I don't think Selene can leave at any time she wants. I think she did want to graduate at some points. And she kind of missed that cycle or that opening where she could. And then I guess she regretted it. But I don't think you can break contract without a penalty. Yeah, exactly. It's like telling someone if you don't like your job, then quit. Exactly. It's a scary thing to take the leap. Yeah, this really painted Vox in another light for me. I mean, I thought his whole... well, I'm not really into... I want to say I'm not really into ASMR, but I don't think I've watched enough ASMR for that. But I wasn't into his ASMR. I think the Fujo bait was a bit too much for me. But I always felt like he must be a cool person to hang out with. Like, you know, he's good with words. And he has a good voice. But after yesterday? What the fuck? I don't see him the same way anymore. For me, it was a complete loss of trust. Yeah, you walk away from everything you worked on. I did a collab stream with Nijisanji, oh my god. With Nuzagi. I can't believe I called him Niji. I'm so tired. Where we talked about how it feels, why do VTubers feel different after they graduate, and it's like you lose the whole world you built around yourself, the memes with your community, the inside jokes. The inside jokes are important. And once you start over, it's not the same. Like on my Curio Coco video, I have so many comments of people saying, I loved Curio Coco. But as Kei-san, I don't know why it's not the same, and I'm not watching her as much. Do not rat me out, guys. Come on. Thank you for the super, Arusta. How do I view... Oh, I can heart supers. I don't know that. How do I view old supers? Hey, is that a cute fox girl I see on screen? Yay, finally somebody that guesses the animal right. Yeah, there's no Azakoko with Keisan. It's like a little less shitposty. I mean, I love Keisan. Honestly, love Keisan. I also love her as Keisan. I think she's cool. I think she's bae. Depressed Niji. Guys, do not tell him about that. I'm counting on you, okay? It was just a slip up. I am a fox, goddammit. You know what? Maybe I should graduate and start over so that way the horse inside jokes won't follow me there. Yeah, Vox and collabs really thrived. I mean, he's a very talented VTuber. You can't take that away from him. I just realized I've been watching you for months, just never sub. Sorry, take my money as apologies. Thank you. And now you better sub. Okay, guys, this stays between us, okay? All right, so I think this is all. This is about it for now. Thank you guys for tuning in to my first stream. That was great. I actually had a lot of fun. I was a little bit nervous because I hadn't streamed for like 2 years. But it was fucking awesome. It was fucking awesome. Thank you so much. You guys made me feel right back at home. Back on the grind set. Back on the stream set. I'm probably gonna stream more often. I have a lot of really cool collabs planned. You know, world domination for 2024 is our goal. Join my Discord. This is where all the cool stuff happens. And this is where we have all the latest VTuber rats going around. We do want everybody to tag unproven stuff as you know, speculations and stuff, just for clarity issues. So anyway, thank you guys. Love you in a non-parasocial way, and thank you for all the supers and all the supports. Don't forget to sub and be there on Saturday for my new video. Bye bye. Wait, the read Kyo thing didn't work. You guys told me this is how it works. Oh my god, even the end of the stream is gonna be scuffed. How do I rate someone?
On the streams.
Oh, I opened it. Apparently I can do it from their page. Well, I don't know, guys. Bye, guys. Thank you so much. No more Nate. Congrats on your first stream. You should celebrate somehow. I know this. Raru. Thank you. Thank you so much for the super. That's huge. Oh, yeah. And be there tomorrow for my Valentine's Day with Barrett. Well, I wanted to raid Kyo, but I don't know how. So, sorry, guys. We're gonna raid on the next stream. We'll learn about it. Yeah, Kurisanji needs to approve my raid first. Alright, bye, 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 bye. Love you.